What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, your host. So today when it comes to watchOS, I'm happy to let you know that we have a new software update, and as you can see right here, this is watchOS 11.4 and this exact version is the RC version, also known as the release candidate version. For me, on my Apple Watch Ultra 1, you can see the exact update size. It comes in at 264 megabytes, and I was updating from the previous watchOS 11.4 beta 4. Just to keep you in the loop, alongside this update, Apple also released release candidate versions of visionOS 2.4, tvOS 18.4, we got macOS 15.4, iPadOS 17.7.6, an older version, an RC version as well, and we have iPadOS and iOS 18.4. Most of these updates I do cover here on the channel at Halfman Half Tech, so if you want to get to know what's new within these updates, then definitely do hit like and subscribe so that you don't miss out. Now what I'm gonna do is quickly update my watch onto this latest version that we have today, and then we're gonna look at the new software changes among new features and changes that this software has to offer. Just like that, my watch is now up to date. In fact, you can see if I go to the software update on the iPhone, it's now up to date. And by the way, the iPhone has also been updated to the latest iOS 18.4 version that corresponds to this watchOS version as well. So if we go in to see the new build number on the watch, it's general, and then go to the about section, you can see the new build number that we have. It's 22T250, and that's the current latest build at this point in time. Now, in terms of the new features and changes that this software update has to offer, there's actually quite a fair number of changes within watchOS 11.4, and one such change that was mentioned in the release notes is the fact that now watchOS 11.4 on the Apple Watch going forward allows users to break through silent mode. So if you are in a silent mode and if you are in a sleep focus mode, or in a non-reduced interruption focus mode, or a focus where you don't want to be disturbed and you have an alarm, you now have the ability to break through the silent mode or the focus mode. And there's two ways which you can turn this on. And basically, if we go into our, this is the first way, by the way, if we go into our sleep app right there and then click on the little clock, you can see here, I believe if we go into the sounds and haptics, click there, you can see breakthrough silent mode. And because this mode is currently off, you can see here it says only haptics will play if you wear Apple Watch to bed. So if I turn this on, now you can see the wording changes. It says sound and haptics will play if you wear Apple Watch to bed, and this is irregardless of the fact that, you know, we are in silent mode or we are in a do not disturb or a sleep focus mode on the Apple Watch. Now, generally for me, I basically like my haptics on the Apple Watch are pretty good. I don't need it to ring when I'm trying to wake up. The gentle tap haptics that it gives me is sufficient enough. So that's the first way in which, or how you can edit this, by going into the sleep app and then changing it from there. And then the second way you can basically turn this on is by going into your alarms. So if I quickly look at my alarms right here, open it, and then look for any of my other alarms. If I click on this just like that, you can see we still have this section that says breakthrough silent mode, and you can turn it on right there. And once you do that, you can see it basically tells you what breakthrough. Now when this is on, sound will play in addition to the haptics when this alarm comes on. This is one of the new changes that Apple has just implemented for the Apple Watch with watchOS 11.4 going forward. The second change I would like to highlight is that now the Apple Watch with watchOS 11.4 adds Meta compatible robot vacuum cleaners that can be added in the Home app, as well as used in different automation or Siri shortcuts. So if you have a compatible Meta robot vacuum, you can go into your home app on your watch and then you can add it. Alternatively, if you have actually added it on your iPhone, then because it's synchronized, it will actually also carry over. And if you have shortcuts that you have automated for you to be able to work with that, then that's also going to work and you will see it right there. And the good thing about that is the fact that you can also use Siri, so you can say the phrase Siri and then prompt it to, hey, go clean the living room, or hey, go clean the kitchen area, or something like that, and it will automatically detect once you've added it to your home app or once you've set up the shortcuts within the automation shortcut app on the Apple Watch. Now, it's good to see this, and yeah, keep an eye on the shortcuts app as Apple has added multiple new shortcuts with the corresponding iOS version, so you might be able to see new features in that aspect. But now I want to talk about an issue that this update resolves, as if you were trying to basically switch watch faces just like this and you were having an issue. Apple has resolved an issue where face selection may become unresponsive when switching faces. Now, I also have the swipe to change like this, and that's actually no problem. The new face, or the smart watch faces right there, I can be able to go in and out and it works good. Or if I press and hold, you can see it's working good and no problem like that. Go to Snoopy right there. I like Snoopy, man. So that's a good thing. Another thing I wanted to highlight, if you've been following my journey with this watchOS update, you probably know that Apple has added about 9 different new emojis. Well, technically there's 7 new ones and then 2 refreshed ones, and some of those you can see right there. So we have like a tired face, fingerprint, a leafless tree, rootless plant, we have a harp, we have a shovel, splatter, we have the sock flag, and we have an updated, I think, cereal flag. And you can see when you want to send those to your friends, or if you receive them from a friend, now they don't show up as a question mark. Since these are supported, they will actually pop up and you can see them on your Apple Watch once you update to watchOS 11.4. and if you click on your keyboard right there and you want to select them, for example, if I go right there, you can see if I go maybe to the face section, since I'm pretty familiar with the face one, I can look for maybe a face with bags under eyes, and just to depict tiredness, to show you that it's there, and it's right there. If I select it and then send it, boom, you can see the new emoji that has been added as part of Unicode 16 standard. There's also an issue with this update that I haven't seen anyone report that it's been resolved. For me, I didn't really care much, but if you are doing certain workouts, there seems to be a bug where the Apple Watch actually won't calculate the total number of calories burned, which is an issue that's still existing at this point in time. But yeah, I'll continue testing it out, and then if I see any changes, then I'll definitely let you know. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you is the fact that this update fixes an issue as well that a number of users were experiencing when they would open the camera app on the Apple Watch. And you can see, my watch opened the camera app, but you can see it's this iPhone that you see right there, and it's the back camera that you can see. So before, it would actually open up to a black screen if you open the camera app when your iPhone is on a locked screen like this. But now you can see if I click open, boom, it's open right there, and there's no problem that way, which is something that has been resolved. If you were experiencing issues when it comes to iPhone mirroring, I have the accessibility shortcut. So if I tap the side button of my iPhone 3 times, you can see how it comes up. Give it a few seconds. Before, there was an issue where actually this would always open up to a black screen, but that issue has been fixed, and now iPhone mirroring is pretty good when it comes to the continuity between the Apple Watch and the iPhone. I can actually begin to tap the buttons. So if I tap the digital crown right there, you can see I can continue to use it. Little bit of a delay right there, but yeah, it's much better than what I had before. You can see the control center and everything. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, but within this update, watchOS 11.4, Apple has also updated a few couple of things which I'll be covering in my full video coming up, among a few other new features that I haven't highlighted since we got them throughout the betas. If I put them all in one video, it might be too long, but quickly want to highlight some of the expectation for watchOS 11.4 when this update is going to be released. So today being March 24th and Apple mentioning that this update is coming out in April, we are expecting it next month, but since we've been on a Monday weekly release cycle, it's highly likely that this update might come out next week Monday on the 31st, or maybe on April 1st if Apple delays it by a day. But then if Apple delays it by a week, then by latest we'll see this update on April 2nd. But it's highly likely that we will see it on the week of March the 31st. Now, other than that, that's about it for me when it comes to watchOS 11.4. Let me know what you think about this video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.